Hello, welcome to On Tools. So, another week of weekend of car boots. I'm going to look through things I picked up this weekend and start off with Saturday's car boot. Yellow petroleum jelly, BP, nice little tin. And another little tin I picked up was this dusting chalk, Dunlop is in there, so I won't open it. These pair of pliers that are seized up. Marking's quite unusual, I thought. Don't know if any of you have seen it before. It used to be like a bowen with like a clock or a ball above it. I'm going to struggle to focus. I've not seen anything like that before. Pretty seized up. So that's something to clean up in the week. Get them working. Last weekend I got a slightly bigger pair of these. Another rigid. These were £3 and he said I could have this screwdriver for nothing because it looks pretty rough. The end's not very nice on it, but it is a vintage snap-on. Might see if I can get this to clean up as well as the last snap-on screwdriver. Found this screwdriver, which is a Mac. Find the writing on it. Don't know if the camera will pick it up. There we go. Mac PB 2024 AR USA. Some more Mac screwdriver. Here we have another vintage hazet, 400 series, double open-ended spanner. Keeping on the theme of spanners, this BSA. This BSA spanner. And number 51 BSA spanner. And another BSA spanner. Number 9. So, having 3 BSA spanners. So, that's quite good. Quite pleased with that. Last few items for yesterday. Got this vintage army knife with the spike on. I think it was one of them's got the date on. I think it's the can opener. Open it now. Bear with me. Here we go. The date's 1947 on this. If I can get to focus, show up. Remember where it was. There's the can opener, bottle opener. Date is on there, it's just very hard to pick it up on the camera. Might need to clean it up and there we go. 1947. Give that a bit of a clean up. Quite nice. And so this carbide was a good carbide because I found another Jaguar vintage spanner. This one is a Garrington. Need to clean up, but the condition is not too bad. I think that one will clean up quite nice. So nice vintage Jaguar spanner. Move on to the collection. And I've got this vintage snap-on ratchet. Not quite sure how right it is because that's an 1/2 inch drive, which looks a bit big for the head, but maybe wrong. Needs a lot of work, slipping all over the place. But it cost me £1, so thought it was worth a try, do something with it. Excuse me. So moving on to Sunday today. Start off with this vintage Bamford spanner. Quite nice old spanner. Quite nice bit of shape into it. Another vintage tin. Move on to the collection. This old screwdriver. To me it looks like a Tang Tools screwdriver, but it's quite useful, nice and long one. Nice long flathead. Thought that'd be quite useful. Vintage Dunlop bicycle repair outfit, which is actually full of little brass screws. That's quite nice. He said he wanted £2.50 on the tins, but I picked up this one and this one and got them both for £4, so £2 each. Now this is something else which should also appear in a vintage Jaguar toolkit. to assist in bleeding breaks. Nice find, not something you see on the carpet that often. Nice little item, so I thought that was quite good. Another quite rare item. I was actually given one of these, a brittle one, by Reggie on the road, and since then I've managed to find another King Dick one. Can't quite lay my hands on it at the minute, but yeah, here we have a lighting's terrible. Here we have King Dick spanner that hasn't been finished. It should never have left the factory. Been rejected for some reason. So why someone's kept this in the toolbox for years and years when it's never made it into a proper spanner. A bit of a mystery. But yeah, another one to the collection. Very interesting. Get to see part of the process where they're made. I'll have to try and get the others out when I can get some better lighting. Put them all together. Picked up this little novelty knife. Keyring. Richards lamppost brand, made in Sheffield. Thought it was quite nice. I asked how much on this and he said 10p, so moving on. Pair of scissors, Richards of Sheffield, £2.35 originally. Nice bit of age to them. So I thought that was a nice find, just for the box really. It's nice that they're in there. Thought that was a nice find. And last but not least, Gedore. So that's what should be in there, and is only missing the ratchet, which I think is quite good. Gedore is a German brand. So Yep. There we go. These are different sizes. As always, the Germans are very efficient, and they decided to not include a 10mm from the start, so you haven't got to worry about losing it. So that's a bonus. Nice little touch. 10mm would actually be quite useful, but can't recall the last time we used 11mm or a 14mm. Sizes are a bit but there we go. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your favourite is. And hopefully I'll have another video soon.